And I just remember, not too long ago, everywhere I go, you hear KSM, hey KSM. Every kids, old folks, everywhere, KSM, KSM. And then all of a sudden it seemed to have changed. Now they see me and they go, hey, Poppy. I get a feeling there's a reason why. Poppy. You brought tears to my eyes because I regret I didn't follow up on my poetry. Because I think I had all the traces of a very good poet when I was a kid. And I remember my first poem. Deep, powerful, incisive. And I was a kid. Maybe 9 years old. But it was very, very deep. And when I was listening to Theo, I was like, wow, if only I had followed up, I could have maybe been as good as him. Because I'm going to give you the first poem I wrote. And you tell me if you don't think it's deep. I like eating rice, but I fear the price. Whenever you measure it twice, I'll stop eating and rather eat ice. Thank you. That was talent in the making. Pure talent in the making. I didn't get any encouragement. But it's good to be here and to be invited to be keynote speaker. And I was very interested in one thing. When I read, not now, but I've known Nana Red Amwa to have a master's in chemical engineering. He has his master's in chemical engineering from Nottingham University, and also his first degree in chemical engineering from KNUST. And I sent him a text to him. I said, just give me a sample of some of the courses you studied when you were in university, preparing for your degree in chemical engineering. And Nana says, I was studying things like thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, engineering mathematics, project and design control. And I'm like, well, if I'm supposed to go by the normal profile of anybody who has this background, you're supposed to be like a science teacher, a lab, head of lab technology, something like that. But not somebody who is in creative writing. And that's the part that really struck me. So I started thinking about this whole aspect of creativity. And how sad it is that in our parts of the world, creativity and talents in creative writing, we seem to limit that only to those who are studying the arts, if I should say. When you're in secondary school and you're doing well in literature or where arts, you only think of you when, as doing science, when you are good in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and the likes. So you're pigeonholed into thinking that creativity is limited to only the creative arts. But one thing that I've learned from Nana Damwa is that talent and creativity has no limit. Unfortunately, our education system, which for the most part teaches us what to think and not how to think. And when you are taught what to think, whatever creativity is inside you is stifled. So I'm very, very happy to have the likes of Nana Damwa, who are creative this way. And the doctor who just left us, Dr. Ezobi here, or he just came and fooled and he left. It's creativity, whichever way you look at it. And to have a doctor, an eye doctor, to come and turn the place upside down through creativity and jokes is all part of what I'm talking about. Because having a creative eye should be encouraged not only to those studying so-called the arts, but to everyone. I think if you are studying medicine or physics, pharmacy, whatever you're studying, there should be an element of creativity or the creative arts that you need to understand. Because having that eye, having that creative eye, as another one has shown us, opens up your world to see things that people on the normal surfaces wouldn't see. He was talking about the Chinese. He was talking about Gangnam. When you read Nsempiisms, he raises issues, discusses them very light-heartedly, but they are deep, they are incisive. And trust me, at the level of where we are as a developing nation, these are the kinds of eyes that we need to guide us. Creativity is the key to really look and understand, because there is danger ahead. I'll tell you one quick story, then I'll end, of how a moment in my life just shocked me to reality. I was in the US then, and I was watching a Tarzan movie. And in that movie, there was a little white baby who had shipwrecked. So the baby was in the forest and left to the elements of nature, and we were all worried for this baby. Now in that movie, we had seen an African tribe or group in that movie, and also there was a family of apes or chimpanzees. But let me tell you what, the Africans were projected as primitives, savage, deadly, no humanity in them. However, we saw the apes, and the apes had their families, and they seemed to be taking care of their families, and there was a milk of humanity in the apes. So the movie, as it went along, was that the baby would either be discovered by the apes or the Africans. And here I was, African man, at the movie theater, New York City, suspense in this movie, because I didn't know who was going to get to the white baby first, the Africans or the apes. But guess what? I was praying to God, oh God, let the apes get to him first. Why? Because I knew the baby would be in trouble if the Africans get to him. This is what I'm talking about. To find yourself as an African in a movie theater rooting for apes over your so-called people tells you a certain state of mind that you have and how you perceive yourself. I should have probably been angry at the portrayal of the African, but I accepted that image. And I was praying that they don't get to the baby, because the baby will be safer with the apes. What is my long story about? I'm talking about the power of creativity. The power of the creativity. To present something in such a way that it twists your mind and you realize that you are supporting animals by your own kind. This, in a nutshell, is what I mean by it's great to have people like the Nana Damoyes amongst us who will see these things and use the same creativity to change things. When I read Nsempiisms, I was amazed. I was thinking, so who am I? Because it draws my attention to the fact that we are a blend of so many ethnic groups or tribes that it's very, very hard to say, I am so and so and so, but we don't realize that. And we use tribalism as a key to insult, to, you know. My grandmother is from Mali, you know. So let me end here by saying that, Adam, thank you very much. We need you. We need what you're doing, because it's not art for art's sake. It is art with relevance. And with all respects, I respect art, and it's good to do art for art's sake. That's fine. That's your choice. But I beg, as much as we can, as artists, because of our particular circumstances that we live in, let us try and do art that creates awareness, art that can educate. Let us create films that we can watch and have our kids watch And that films alone will give it themselves a sense of nationhood, a sense of vibrancy, a sense of direction, and not a sense of witchcraft. And juju. Nsempiism, my mouth has fallen.